Welcome to Alexandra TV. I am Alexandra Villarroel Abrego and you're watching another episode of A.V.A. Wednesday. Today's episode, as you can see from the title of the video, is about waking up early, and more specifically, how can you wake up earlier? I know that personally it's something that I've struggled with for a very long time. For a very long time I wanted to know how I could wake up earlier. My goal was to wake up at 5 a.m. but every morning my alarm clock would ring and I would just ignore it, and I would end up waking up at 8, 9, 10, even sometimes 11 o'clock. I have to say that I really love to sleep, so it was really a big struggle for me, and I had to find many ways, many tricks, and many things that I could use to be able to wake up earlier. So today I'm going to share with you the different techniques and tricks that I've used that allow me to now today wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. So if that's something that you want to do, maybe not 5, maybe 6, maybe even 7, or maybe at 4 o'clock, well, today's video is definitely going to help you. First of all, you have to know that there are many benefits to waking up early. I think that when you wake up early in the morning, especially when everyone else is usually sleeping, you have more time for yourself. So you can take that time to meditate, to work out, to plan your day, even if I always suggest and prefer and encourage people to do it the night before, but you can always do it in the morning. You can think about all the things that you want to accomplish throughout the day, so it can be your you time, you know, the time that you actually utilize to do the things that you want to do for yourself, for your life, for your goals, and for your dreams. You can also read, of course, in the morning. And not only that, but I think that there has been many examples of people who are extremely successful, and if you can see, one of the things that they all have in common is that they wake up early. Usually it's 5 a.m. or even sometimes at 4 a.m. So I think that the earliest time you wake up at, the more successful you become. So if you want to be successful, if you want to live the life of your dreams, if you want to make all your goals and objectives become a reality, I think that waking up early is definitely something that you want to try doing, because it's going to help you. When I started to want to wake up earlier at 5 a.m., that was my goal. The first thing that I started to do, and the first thing that you must start to do, is of course to know at what time it is that you want to wake up, but also at what time you want to go to bed at. The problem that a lot of people have that make it hard for them to wake up early, let's say at 5 a.m., is that they never go to bed at the same time. What that does to your body is that your body doesn't get used to a specific number of hours of sleep. And therefore, if let's say one night you go to bed at 11 p.m., I'm sorry, and the other night at 8 p.m., all of a sudden, you know, if you go to bed at 8 p.m. usually, and then at 11, what's going to happen is that your body wants to sleep more. So you're going to sleep in and you're not going to wake up at 5 a.m., which is your goal. So try to find a specific time at which you go to bed at, and a specific time at which you want to wake up. I always recommend 5 a.m., but it really depends on you. But always make sure that every night you go to bed at the same time and you wake up at the same time. That way, your body is going to get used to that amount of hours of sleep, and it's going to get used to automatically knowing that it has to go to bed at this time and knowing that it has to wake up at this time. Another thing that really helped me to wake up at 5 a.m., which was my goal, was to not eat before going to bed, and more specifically, stop eating 4 hours before you go to bed. So if let's say every night you go to bed at 10 p.m., well, you have to not eat after 6 p.m. And the reason for this is simply because when you eat, it takes 4 hours for your body to digest whatever it is that you ate. So if let's say you go to bed you eat 5 minutes before you go to bed, what's going to happen is that while you're going to be sleeping, yes, your mind is sleeping, your eyes are closed, but your body is still up. Your body is still awake. It's digesting the food that you just ate. So what's going to happen is that even if you went to bed at 10 and you wake up at 5, it's as if you would have went to bed 4 hours after 10, because your body is still awake digesting. So that's something, when I found out about this, I was like, oh my God, I really need to stop eating right before I go to bed. So I stopped doing that, and that definitely helped me a lot. Another trick that I use to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. is that every night right before going to bed, I visualize my entire day. So I visualize exactly how I want it to go. So I visualize myself waking up at 5 a.m. Right after, I visualize myself reading a little bit, then after that meditating a little bit, then I visualize the whole entire day and the way I want it to go. What that's going to do is that automatically it's going to kind of dictate your subconscious mind to how you want the day to happen and to go, and automatically the day after at 5 a.m., well, your mind, of course, is going to wake up saying that, okay, so this is how the day has to go, so I need to wake up at 5 a.m. So it's a trick that really, really works. Maybe there's some people out there who are kind of skeptical to it, to visualization and all that, but it really does work, so you should try it. And finally, another trick that I always use and that I still use up to this day, even though, to be honest with you, I don't really need it anymore because automatically my brain and my body wakes up at 5 a.m. But I still put an alarm. And the reason why I put an alarm is because I have, instead of an annoying sound of alarm, I have a song that comes on. And I always have had the same song for a few years now. And that song puts me in a very, very good mood. It's a very happy song. It's very empowering. It's very fun. It's very joyful. So every morning at 5 a.m. that song starts playing. So it just makes me want to get up. It just makes me want to conquer the day. So, you know, a lot of people, they're going to start their day with a very annoying sounding alarm that's going to start ringing. And it's the worst thing that you can do because you actually wake up and the first thing that you think about when you wake up is you're annoyed. You're like, oh, what this alarm? I hate this sound, you know. So you don't want to start your day that way. You don't want to start your day in a negative way, feeling negative emotions. So make sure that you try to use a song or at least a sound that really makes you happy and puts you in a good state and in a good mood, really. That's a good way to start the day. So that's another trick that I use and you should try it as well. And finally, I just want to say you have to be patient with yourself, okay? It takes 66 days to install a new habit. So it takes 66 days for you to get used to waking up early. At the beginning, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very hard, but it's definitely worth it. And you should start doing that if you really want to become someone who has more success, more time, more happiness, and more peace also in your life, because you don't want to start your day late and then rush everywhere and get up, you know, get ready really quickly because you're running late. You don't want to start your days like that. It's the worst thing that you can do. So that is it for today. I hope you like this video. If you like this kind of video, don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends, and leave a comment down below to let me know what you think. And maybe you can share some of your tricks. If you have tricks and techniques to wake up early, please feel free to share them with us. You can also visit my website, AlexandraVillarroel.com, to have more information about me, services, products, my book, all of the things that I have in my business and in my life. I will be happy to have you on my email list so that you can receive emails from me every single week. That is it for today. I will see you next Wednesday for another A.V.A. Wednesday. Bye-bye.